Welcome back, it's me, Lou. I'm here for another action figure unboxing and review, and today from Hasbro, in the g.i. Joe Classified series line, we are featuring Dusty. Alright, so we have Dusty here, very popular g.i. Joe character. I remember way back in the late 90s and early 2000s, they made so many Dusty action figures. It kind of boggled my mind. But it's nice that, we're getting a new figure of him in 2022, 2023. It's a great looking figure. It's really nice that it's kind of like a callback to the original character design. I know that with the first wave of G.I. Joe Classified series, it kind of like embellished the characters a little. And they made them look a little bit too maybe like futuristic or sci-fi, especially in their weaponry and gear. And I think that kind of rubbed some people the wrong way. I didn't mind it too much, but I can appreciate the fact that, with the more recent releases, they're kind of trying to stick more to the tried and true designs of the 80s. And I think older fans, just love that kind of stuff. Beautiful looking figure, great illustration in the lower right. And it carries over to the side. We have the updated poster graphic on the back. His perks and abilities are on the opposite end, and you can decipher this on the g.i. Joe website. Alright, so first impressions of Dusty while he's still in the tray. Great looking figure, very straight to the point. All the accessories here look fantastic. I love the shade of yellow that they're using on his uniform. The weaponry looks nice also. I kind of like the fact that all the guns we're getting, they're more realistic looking than the the sci-fi stuff that we got like in the first few waves. Alright, so some of these smaller accessories I'm going to leave in the tray. I don't want to risk having them fall out and losing them. Trust me, it's happened before, so let's get started. All right, in terms of the sculpting, really well done face. I think the face sculpt is really well done. It's nice. I think in terms of the age, they kind of place him what I kind of figure is at the right age. This might be someone who's in his late 20s or early 30s. Some characters, that we've gotten, like I was just looking at the Stalker figure a little bit ago, and Stalker, as great as I think the face sculpt is, he almost looks a little bit too old, which it might be debatable. But I think here for Dusty, the age I think is perfect. Like I mentioned, I love the shade of yellow they're using for his body, and the camo is really clean, well done. A little bit of paint accenting the harness here, which is nice. It's kind of odd. Of all the details they decided to color on the harness, they just decided to color these cords green. I think I would have preferred it if they maybe colored some of the buckles or the eyelets. Maybe silver or a gray or even a black. There's some disconnect in the colors if you stare at it long enough. The chest here, the torso area, that shade of yellow does not match the sleeves. And it's kind of an eyesore here with the knee pads also. The knees don't match the rest of the leg. Which, at first I thought maybe they were knee pads, but I don't know. If they're knee pads, I guess it's kind of forgivable, but it's almost bordering on like a dark flesh tone, which looks kind of odd. It's almost like he's wearing like pants that are cut out at the knees. Love the boots. Nice details there. In terms of Dusty's articulation, his head rotates. Looks down, not really. Looks up about there. Arms rotate, they go outward. There's a butterfly joint that you can see. Bicep cut, double jointed elbows, pinless design. Again, much like the knees, it's a different shade of yellow. It kind of breaks up the arm a little. It almost looks, the knees and elbows almost look more like flesh tone than actually the same color as the sleeve. He has an ab crunch. Mine's kind of stuck. Waist swivel, kind of tight. Legs kick up. Legs kick out. There's a thigh cut right there. Double jointed knees, pinless design. Boot cut, boot swivel, articulated ankles. Overall, solid figure. Very simple. You know, it's nothing too crazy. It's straight to the point. You know, put this on, it completes the look. And I'm trying to get the stick. Doesn't feel like it wants to stay on. It's kind of loose fitting, to be honest. You know, there's some figures, like for example, like Flint and Stalker, their berets fit on nice and snug. This thing is just kind of loosely fitted, and every time I put it down, it wants to pop back up a little. Maybe it's due to the shape of his hair. Yeah, see, it just keeps on wanting to pop up. That kind of bothers me. You know, you wait long enough, it just pops up. There you go, see? So it's kind of hard to get it centered and situated. All right, let's live with that. Let's get his backpack on. This kind of bothers me also. I've pointed this out with other figures. So the harness here has a hole. Get into focus. This guy doesn't want to focus anymore. All right, so you see that hole in the harness right there? It's kind of out of focus, but you can see what I'm talking about. The material at the top and bottom, there's not enough of it. So it's almost kind of like if you kind of run the risk of accidentally tearing this or wearing it out, I kind of feel like. You know, I kind of feel like they should add more material on the top and the bottom. Especially if you're in a situation where you're constantly plugging this in and out. You know, or if you don't get it aligned just right. But that's just me being paranoid. You know, I'm sure many of you are a little bit better with your toys than I am. The one thing I do like about the backpack is that it conforms to the arch of his spine really well. As you can see, there's a kind of like a curvature, and it kind of like slopes and curves inward. There's some action figures, like I think maybe it's Barbecue. Once you put the backpack on, it kind of like, almost kind of like floats upward like this, and it doesn't look natural. But this one's nice. It seems like they took into consideration, you know, the curvature of his spine and kind of slope it inward. So I kind of appreciate a small detail like that. It just makes the overall look of the figure just feel better. So it's a great figure. Dig this guy a lot. On a scale of 1 to 10, for me, an easy 8 to 8.5. The hat bothers me a lot. The helmet, doesn't want to stay situated on my figure. Keeps on popping up, and it's, you know, his headdress is pretty much his trademark look. And if you can't get it on just right, it kind of, you see what I mean? It keeps on popping off. It kind of like throws off the look of the character. And it doesn't want to stay centered, doesn't want to stay flat. It always just kind of want to, there, you see, it keeps on popping up. It's annoying. All right, it's going to make me crazy. Let's wrap this one up. Oh yeah, real quick, here's, this is a cool looking weapon. It even has a stand here that's the fold. Looks awesome. Let's get this in his hand real quick before we shut this video down. You know, as much as I like trigger fingers, it kind of bothers me when I can't thread the finger into the hole. All All right. I think that's enough there. All right. So yeah, let's wrap this one up. Once again, my name is Lou. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you are a returning viewer, subscriber, thank you so much for your continued support. I greatly appreciate it. So until the next video, be safe, take care of yourself, buy lots of toys, and most importantly, be happy. And I'll see you at the next one. All right. Later.